watching Faith World TV. Faith World TV, changing the world with the Word of God.
A very good morning, good afternoon, and good evening from wherever you're watching us, any part of the world. Of course, I'm going to use my favorite word, which is exciting. Yes, we have an exciting show coming ahead because today we're here to celebrate the Africans in the diaspora who are doing amazing, inspirational Africans. You know, many of us have come from Africa where we had lucrative jobs. We had big homes. We had a life, yes. But then one way or the other, we had to, shut the door and then come to it, gone a step further, not just to do it for themselves, to achieve for themselves, but also to achieve for other Africans right here in the diaspora. And today, my first guest is one who I admire so much, and I'm sure some of you out there might know her. She does something that not many people do. You need courage to do what she does. 23 years in Children's Social Care Department, where she has been mentoring and defending parents who come from Africa and might not know the parenting culture of the UK, where there is a clash. So that's where she steps in and saves the situation. So, ladies and gentlemen, wherever you are watching, please help me welcome the one and only, the beautiful, the amazing, the phenomenal woman of the season, Mrs. Modupe Ijasan. I should give you a drum roll. You deserve it, because what you do, many of us will shy away from doing, because we're all busy with our lives. But you have posed yours to take care of other families. Yes. Now, talk us through.
Social worker in the UK 23 years ago. Right. I wasn't born in the UK. I came into the UK in 1991. That was when I came. Ooh. And before I came to the UK, I was already a graduate. However, I was working in a residential home.
The law. So you came into the country as a teacher.
Yes.
And then you decided you wanted to go into social care, yes. Children's social care.
Yes.
So that's like, you had to quit. I'm sure you love teaching.
I love teaching. I love teaching.
See the sacrifices you made. You had
yes.
to quit teaching.
Yes.
To go into somewhere where you thought that you could make a change.
Yes, I did. Then, like I said, I studied social work. I didn't fit into my home environment, so I leaned more on the social work practice. So I've been practicing as a social worker since 2001, and my last job was as a head of service.
Right.
Yes.
Head of service in the social care.
Yes.
Fantastic.
In the UK.
In the UK.
In the UK.
Wow. So, you come from teaching, went into social care.
Yes.
And of course, with everything that has been going on within that realm, within that industry, you have seen anything and everything.
I've seen so many things, and I just want to address the others a little bit. I've seen children being removed. I've seen parents being supported.
When you say removed, I think you need to dissect it for people that might not know.
Okay.
Removed from where? Just say.
Okay. Just to say, in the UK, the welfare of the child is paramount. So safeguarding issues is upmost, is on the top of whatever we do as social workers. So when we think children are at risk of neglect, physical abuse, sexual abuse, whatever the abuse is, we have to step in, we have to go into court, and the children will become looked after.
So they're removed from their homes?
They're removed from their home, and we place them, sometimes we place them with family members, or they go to fostering placements.
Right.
Okay.
And so hence your company, Badek.
Badek.
Yeah. How did that come about?
So this company was formed last year. I was having telephone calls, conversations with people that would call me because they know I'm a social worker.
Right.
And they would call me and say, we're having these issues. We're having some children that have been removed. We're having some children that are subject to child protection plan or child in need plan. So behind the scene, I'll be supporting the parents. And then unofficially,
right?
I've been supporting them about their behavior, about an understanding of safeguarding issues and child protection issues in the UK. Then last year, I thought I could do this in a bigger way. I could make something out of this. I can impact our Nigerian government. They need to listen. UK embassy, Nigerian embassy in the UK, you need to listen. You need to help us. You need to help our people. And during my research in preparation for me to open my company, I discovered that majority of the parents that are coming in with their children, there are no preparation. There's no research at all. They don't understand. They don't even understand child protection issues.
So they just carry on with how they do what they do in Nigeria. Exactly. Okay, give us an example. When you say, because that's the word you've been using, child protection issues. Okay, what is the difference between Nigeria and the UK? I mean, children need to be treated well and the same anywhere in any environment. So what is the difference? Why is the UK, why do they have to be very careful and, read between the lines for the UK, and in Nigeria, they don't have to?
We have to talk about the culture. Yeah. The culture is big, it's huge. In Nigeria, for example, it's not written anywhere. I always say to people, it's not written anywhere that you can use physical chastisement to discipline your child.
You mean to smack a child?
To smack. Smack is different from
smack.
Some people have got canes.
Beat. Okay,
beat.
Cane.
Let's use the word.
Use the words now.
Okay, let me use the word. Don't let me be too British. Let me be a Nigerian person. So
now,
whack, cane, beating the children with anything, and leaving marks.
So that's normal in Nigeria?
Majority of the times. Majority of the times.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. So I always say to people. Nobody's asking you not to discipline your child. There's a difference between discipline and abuse. When you cane a child or whack a child or beat a child to the extent that there are marks, they're bleeding, that's no longer discipline, that's abuse. Okay, you want me to use examples? So there are some people, there are some of the parents that are involved in domestic violence. And in Nigeria, majority of us, we don't understand the emotional impacts of domestic abuse.
To the children.
To the children. So in Nigeria, in Yoruba culture, majority of the times, if you went to your parents and say your husband is beating you, they will say, you have to stay there. He's taking care of your children. I'm sure that some people may disagree with me, but every day, almost every day on Facebook, I see stories about how some women have been killed through domestic violence. However, we're talking about the children, the impacts on the children. They carry on. They don't think that, sometimes they will say to you, when we were fighting, when we were arguing, when we were having the discord, the children were not present, but they're in their room, they can hear.
They can hear, yes, yeah.
And it does affect children.
So that's emotional abuse.
Emotional abuse. Let me talk to you about the one that people don't really think about, and that's neglect. Would you like me to continue?
Just continue. That neglect.
Neglect.
Of the child.
Of the child. So I'll break it down a little bit and use some examples.
Right.
So some of us that came in here, especially people that came in as health workers in the past few years.
Right.
They came in because they want better life for their children.
Of course.
I applaud them. However, some came in with debt or came in debt. So what that means is they've sold all their properties. Some have sold all their properties.
Back in Nigeria.
Back in Nigeria to be able to get the certificates to be able to work in this country. And when they come in, some will have to pay off the debts. So they work long hours.
Right.
So some of the...
Oh, okay. Let's pick this call.
Okay.
Hello, welcome to the show. Hello.
Thank you.
Where are you calling from? Tell us where you're calling from.
Thank you. I'm calling from Lucy. My sister is on the show. This is Bukola, younger sister.
Okay, yes, we do have Mrs. Modupe here, talking us through about what she does with the social care. I'm sure you have some good words about her, or what she does.
I just want to talk about how they can help our people from Nigeria.
All right.
Because many people are struggling to settle down here.
You mean struggling with your children? To settle down here with your children? Okay, can you be very specific? What is the exact struggle?
Okay, let me talk about all these people with COA that came with certificate of sponsorship.
Right.
Okay, so many of them, they were brought in. I think they were misinformed because many of them are here without work. And in this country, there's no how one can survive without working.
Right. So essentially, that's affecting how they parent.
Yes.
Parenting of the children is affecting that. Okay. Okay, over to you, Mrs. Modupe.
You can call me Modupe.
I'd like to honor you. Yes.
Thank you. So, as the caller was saying, some people don't have any work, and therefore they cannot feed the children.
Right.
I'm a Christian. There was a time we do food bank in our church.
Right.
We provided some substance, some rice, oil, spaghetti, all sorts of things. If you see the amounts of people that came on that day, it broke my heart.
African parents?
Yes, African parents, Nigerian parents.
Wait. We are
becoming beggars.
We are busy supporting Africans in Africa, thinking that they're the ones who don't have.
Yes.
Yet we do have Africans here in the UK who don't have.
Yes.
Who are coming to food banks.
Yes.
Who are queuing for a bag of rice.
I tell you.
That is sad.
I tell you. It's heartbreaking. It was one of the reasons I started this as well, my company, to be able to ask the Nigerian embassy and the UK government to help our people. To the President Tinubu, to do something about our people in the UK. We haven't even touched US. We haven't even touched Canada.
Bukola, are you still there?
Yeah, I'm here. Yeah,
yes.
I can hear.
Okay, yes.
Would you like me to continue?
Yes, continue, Bukola, but we're going to let somebody else, maybe call in because I think the line is getting busy. Thank you so much, Bukola. Thank you for that question. Yeah,
So we don't even want to talk about the housing. In Nigeria, so, I don't know, Professor. Have you been to Nigeria before?
I've seen that. Listen, I don't have to be in Nigeria to see.
Have you seen the mansions
I've seen the mansions. I've seen I'm telling you, it's nowhere in Africa. But you're telling me these people leave their mansions.
Yes.
They leave their,
or sold their mansions.
Businesses. They
sold their mansions. Sold their mansions.
So they have nothing to go back to now.
No, nothing. Some people have sold their inheritance, the land, because they believe that it's better life in the UK.
Modupe, are you catching these people before they negotiate to sell this land? Are you catching them? Because, sometimes you have to catch people from the root.
This is part of what my organization is trying to say, to say to the UK government that before you even give them visa, let it be mandatory. Let them have a little bit of safeguarding training. The life in the UK, people like me, we can talk to them. It's not a bed of roses. You have to be prepared. In Nigeria, let me talk about the culture. We started it a little bit before that caller called. So in Nigeria, majority of the time, the men provide. The man is the head of the family, financially. They look for money to build the house, to buy things, to pay children's school fees. If you come into the UK with that idea, you've lost it.
It doesn't work.
It doesn't work.
Leave it at
How much are you
Heathrow.
going to be earning?
Leave that idea at Heathrow.
Yes.
Before you enter.
Yes. It's not my... I've got a husband who's going to provide everything. That doesn't work. You have to work hand in hand. Or otherwise, you kill the person that is working. Sometimes on YouTube, I go there and I see parents crying. Literally. And some people are regretting coming to the UK.
They can't go back because they have nothing. But also the shame of you're going back to nothing.
Yes.
The people, your village people are going to laugh at you.
Yes. Yes.
They're going to say, oh, look at her, look at him. They thought they had it all.
Yes.
But now it's over. But what is the thing that's attracting them to the UK? Because I don't see us showing flashy lifestyle. Some of us, yes, we do have that flashy lifestyle. But we're not out there showing them that this is what you can gain from the UK. In fact, it's Nigerians that are the ones showing us what they have.
We're happy people. My country is the happiest country in the whole world. So
where do they get this idea that you can just come here and suddenly you'll have a mansion in one day?
I'm not sure. I don't know. But what I think the attraction is about the education, like I said earlier. We value education. And the system works. The peace.
Everything works.
Everything works.
Healthcare works.
Healthcare works.
There are roads, no potholes.
But do you know, even the NHS is changing.
Yes.
And the children that the parents that the children are being removed from their care. They will lean on the NHS because they will be having mental breakdown. Imagine, you've sold everything now. You come for a better life. And the children, majority came because of the children, right?
Yes.
Because if it's about them, they would have stayed in Nigeria. They came. They came to the country. They came to the UK because they want better life for their children. Better education. Peace. No kidnapping. Do you get what I mean?
Yes.
Yeah, peace. You
can have your mansion, you can have your fleet of cars, but at the end of the day, at night, you don't sleep well. You know, you can double glaze your windows, you can put how many padlocks? Yeah. There's no security.
Yeah.
Okay. So, essentially, your company, Badek, is the bridge between, you know, the Nigerians and the here in the UK.
Yes.
You come in and tell them, look, is there times when you've suggested, you know what, I'm not trying to stop you from coming to the UK, but maybe it's not a good idea. Do you have those conversations with them?
But people, you do, but they will ask you. I do. But
literally, you tell them, look, you don't have to come, stay in Nigeria.
If you have a good job, why would you come? You know, but people will tell you are here. I've been here over 30 years.
How did you survive?
How did I survive?
You just don't want me to come. Eh?
Like I said earlier, I already came in as a graduate. I was teaching before I diverted to go and study social work and nursing. Right. So, but it's difficult. They're coming in as workers. They're coming in as health workers. Like the caller said earlier, some people, their certificates have been withdrawn. Some people, they pay a lot of money.
So wait, if your certificate has been withdrawn,
you can't work.
You cannot work. That means you can't feed your family.
Yes.
And you can't pay rent.
Yeah.
So Modupe, who do they turn to?
Go with the Nigerian embassy, and I was told that nearly daily they receive referrals about children, Nigerian children, from the police or local authorities. And I want you to come and have a dialogue with me. I'll be contacting you after this show. We need to have a system that before people leave Nigeria, they need to have an understanding and awareness of what UK is like. It's different from the olden days. It's different. It's different. How can you come here? Some of these people that have mansions that have sold in Nigeria, they come here, a studio flat is almost £1,000 per month. That's minus the bills.
Minus the bills.
Minus the bills. I say to people, even when you have a lot of money and you paid your rent, the water rate is still there. Here in this country, we pay for council tax, electricity, Wi-Fi,
gas,
everything.
What you need to buy for the children as well.
Yes.
Food on the table, clothes. You know, I mean, you can go to charity shop. You know, in this country, even the rich go to the charity shop. Yes. You know, nobody's gonna say anything about it. But it's that kind of lifestyle where, yes, they have sacrificed everything. And it feels like they have sacrificed everything for nothing.
For nothing. I always say, can I tell you what shall I say? I say to people, you cannot come for a better life and it turns to a bitter life.
That's right.
It's heartbreaking. It's disheartening. Sometimes I feel like crying.
So have you had any Nigerians that have come to you and said, look, Modupe, help me, I want to go back?
They don't want to go back.
Really, even with that struggle where they can't put food on the table?
I haven't seen anybody that came to me and said they want to go back.
And you know they're struggling. They're struggling. So much
they're struggling. So some of the people I've had contact with, their children are subject to child protection plan. There are some of these parents that their children have been taken away from them because of safeguarding issues.
So you've come to the UK
Yes.
to have a new life, a beautiful life, and then they take your children from you. They take your treasure from you, treasure that you brought from Nigeria.
Yeah,
This is
sometimes
painful.
it's painful, but it's lack of understanding because some of us, we need to learn how to behave as well. I spoke earlier about neglect. You can't say you come for your children, for better life for your children, and you go to work from 8 a.m. until 8 p.m. Who's looking after those children? That's emotional neglect. There's no quality time. We need to take some responsibility. What I'm saying here today is we need to prepare people about the reality of what is actually happening in the UK.
Go to the root cause.
Yes. Let's have a dialogue. Don't just come in. Some people will get to the airport before phoning people that can we come and stay with you. Our houses are small. When we say you can't come and stay with us, it's not because we're being difficult. It's because of the lack of space. You know what I mean? Sometimes
So you mean some people just come to the airport, they haven't made any arrangements?
No arrangements. So,
Hi, welcome to the show. Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Croydon in London.
Oh, yes. Join us. What do you want to share with us?
Well, I just want to add to what Mrs. Modupe Ijasan was saying.
Go on. Go ahead.
So is there a way to call to call while on the line while she's talking?
Yes, you can speak now. She's listening to you. You can speak.
Okay. So what I wanted to say is about the people coming into the country from Nigeria, from Africa, and don't know anything about what they're coming into because they were promised heaven and earth before they left home. But when they came in here, it's another thing. Some of them don't even have a job to do, but they've paid whatever the the agency that promised them, but it's not working. I am a staff nurse in NHS, so I see this thing and I hear it, and it's not working. So I wanted to say, is there no policy guiding these agency people that's recruiting people from their country to come and work here? Because people want to come and work here, make their life better. But they come in here and it's another thing. And then they work so hard and then they're taking their children from them and can't do anything.
Amazing. That's a very important question. Thank you very much for that question. We will let Modupe answer it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, you can answer her. That's a key question.
yes.
Yes.
What I've said earlier, I'll repeat it again. I like to have a dialogue with the Home Office. There are so many responsibilities that the government has to take. They open the window, they open the door for healthcare workers to come into the country.
Right.
So majority of the people thought, like the caller said, that they were coming to a better life.
Right.
Things were promised.
Yes.
So they need to hold those people that promised them heaven and earth accountable. I know that the government is trying to do some things to make sure that they're not being maltreated.
Right.
But we can do more than that. They know they're coming with families. They know they're coming with their dependent children. What are the plans for the children they're bringing? Like I said earlier, majority of these people, they've left their mansions, right? And they're now coming. Can you imagine parents sharing the same bedroom with their children? Incest, can you imagine? Someone was telling me a story yesterday when I sent the leaflets about this program to them. They said there's a family that the young person and the sister, they've been having sex. And the sister is pregnant. Because of lack of supervision, because they're in the same space. Probably they're sharing the same room, same bed. So this we need to do. I'm telling the embassy, UK embassy, Nigeria embassy in the UK. Please listen to me. I know I'm currently working with Mr. Ayoakinfe, who is the president of Central Association of Nigerians in the UK. Opposite sex, gender. You cannot share a bedroom with your brother. If you're a girl, you cannot. But who is supervising these people? They have to survive.
This is very sad.
It is sad. It is sad.
So, Modupe, you have your work cut out.
Yes.
You have a lot ahead of you.
Yeah.
So, essentially, this calls for a direct dialogue between the embassy,
Yes.
the Nigerian government itself, and the UK government.
Yes. Yes.
Because when it gets to a point where now there are unwanted pregnancies between siblings because they have to share the same bed
Yeah.
because of the situation, this is something that's not just ruined their life, but their entire generation.
Yes.
Who's still a child.
Is fit to be a parent.
Yes.
Yeah, because, predisposing factor because they were in care. So they will go and do an assessment. Majority of the time, they are okay to be parents. But if there are other additional issues, then that child from that parent may be removed. So we are talking about generations. It doesn't stop with one child.
So two vulnerable children, the
Yeah.
one that has just had the child,
Yes.
and the child that's just been born.
If there
That's
is no family
whole
network
generation
support.
is wiped out.
Yes.
Like,
Yeah.
messed up.
Yes.
Wow.
So just think about that. We need to have that dialogue with the Home Office. Mr. Akinfe, Ayo Akinfe, is trying to arrange a meeting with the Home Office as well. So there are some things that we're doing to make it happen. But what I want to say here today is before they come to the UK, as soon as they know they're giving visa,
Yes.
there should be a mandatory training. In Nigeria, despite the fact that we were colonized by the British Empire,
Yes.
if people want to come here, they will ask them to go and do English test, right?
That's right. Yes.
So
Yeah.
why can't they go and do parenting test? That's
That
my
makes
argument.
sense. That
And
makes
that will
sense.
help them. It will reduce cost. It's a lot of money for children to be in care. It will help the
It's
Home
costing
Office
the government a lot
lots
of money.
Lots of money.
That could be salvaged.
One placement could be like 6,000 per week. I'm not saying 6,000 pounds per month. 6,000 per week.
Which is one child.
If we can use that to prevent, if we just spend those money to prevent, that would be helpful. Our UK embassy, as well, Nigeria embassy in the UK, that's what I meant, they need to step up as well. We are your citizens. Sorry, I'm talking to the Nigeria embassy. We are your citizens.
That's
You need to help us. We need your help.
That's right. Now, Modupe, I know that, this topic is very wide and, we probably need an hour, 2 hours. But of course, we're running out of time. So are there any final words that you want to share with the viewers, as we close the conversation?
I'm a Christian.
Yes.
And I would just like to say a prayer to the families that are going through difficulties.
Thank you.
You came to the country with good intention. Don't feel guilty. Don't blame yourself. But I just want you to do something for me before I pray. Reach out. If you're a Muslim, go to the imams. If you're a Christian, go to your pastors. This is not the time to play the hide and seek game. This is the time to say, I'm hurting, I need help. Some people, like I said earlier, they've been calling me to support them. I've been, supporting them, counseling them. I've been advocates for them. So please reach out. And I just want to say, the Lord is with you. Amen. The Lord is with you. The Lord is with you.
That's right. That's right.
The Lord is with you.
That's right.
And thank you for listening. And please reach out. Thank you.
And Nigerian government as well as the UK government, will take into consideration what these families are going through, what these generations are going through. We do hope that somebody in authority will be able to listen to what Modupe has said. Thank you for in the UK, changing lives. Don't go away. We'll be right back.
You are watching Faith World TV. Faith World TV, changing the world with the Word of God. You are watching Faith World TV. Faith World TV, changing the world with the Word of God. You are watching Faith World TV. Faith World TV, changing the world with the Word of God. You are watching Faith World TV. Faith World TV, changing the world with the Word of God. You are watching Faith World TV. Faith World TV, changing the world with the Word of God.
On this special episode, we are celebrating Africans in the UK that are doing wonderful jobs here. Africans that are actually impacting lives right here in the UK. And of course, this cannot be complete if we did not mention the one that we call the father in the diaspora. Please help me welcome Chief Bimbo Roberts Folayan.
Good afternoon, Dr. Pauline.
Good afternoon.
Good to see you again.
And you too, how are you doing?
I'm doing very well, thank God. It's been a long time.
I know, but because you're everywhere, you know.
Yeah, I've
as
been
always, traveling and doing these things for communities and, you know, making sure that economies, both, not just Nigeria, because you're Nigerian originally.
Of course.
But you work with other African countries as well.
Yeah.
Now, for those who don't know you well, I want you to introduce yourself because the introduction I gave you doesn't give it justice. Yes.
So my name is, I'm Prince Bimbo Roberts Folayan. A lot of people call me Otumba. Some call me Chief because those are titles I got. But
we must use the title.
I head the Nigerian Diaspora Direct Investment Summit and the African Diaspora Direct Investment Summit. And these are organizations set up just to attract funding and investments back into Africa. Before then, I used to be chairman of the Central Association of Nigerians in the UK for 2 terms. Yes,
amazing. That's quite heavy. So you are director of NDDIS and ADDIS.
Yes.
Which these organizations are, they are quite huge because they bring investments into not just Nigeria, but different parts of Africa.
Yeah.
Now, talk us through, because I think that, you know, what you do is amazing. You know, you are not just impacting lives of, you know, Africans here in the diaspora, but you are impacting lives of Africans back where they are in their respective countries. Now, when you set out the journey to start NDDIS, how was it? Because I know that it's been going for over 10 years now?
Yeah, for about 13 years now.
13 years?
Yep.
What inspired you? Like, how did you start this
humongous...
I attend this event, and every time I come there, the investors hungry to invest in Africa?
So I became chairman of the Central Association of Nigerians in the UK in 2011. And when I became chairman, I was going to mobilizing the diaspora, going to different events. And I discovered that a lot of Africans, Nigerians particularly, always want to return back home.
Right, okay.
I found that majority of people I was meeting within the community are people who have lived in the UK for 10, 15, 20, 30, 40 years, but they're thinking about what can I set up in my country.
Right.
And many of them, having tried to set up one business or the other, have had their fingers burnt, maybe by friends or by family, and they've gone through a lot of pains. And this has disrupted a lot of families, created a lot of infighting within, families and friendships, generally. So I then had a conversation with the Nigerian High Commissioner at the time, Dr. Tafida.
Is that Tafida?
Dr. Tafida.
Yes, I do remember
Dr. Tafida is actually very instrumental to NDDIS. And then I had a conversation with him. I said, how do we mobilize the diaspora? How do we help the diaspora to set up their businesses without getting into trouble? Right. And he said, why don't you are the chairman, why don't you put something together? So I then consulted with a lot of my colleagues, my friends. David Smith. He was very instrumental to this as well. And I talked to a lot of people in the community. And we came together, we said, okay, let's set up a platform to support diaspora so that when they invest back home, we are like a bridge to connect them with home. There are a lot of things that diasporans suffer with. When they, having lived in the Western world, things don't work the same way in both societies.
Things don't work.
A lot of people think that if they want to set up a company, why should you be going through your mom? Your mom is not a businessman.
I know that.
Why should you be calling your brother?
I know.
You should
or your cousin. Or
your cousin. No, you should be talking directly to the institutions set up by government to do it. So we became a bridge that brings all these institutions to London to meet with the diaspora. And you've been to a lot of NDDIS. You see, what we do is that we bring the who is who, we bring the ministers or the governors, or the director generals of these parastatals.
And what I like
bring them,
I like what you do with NDDIS. The fact that you bring them, and there's accountability, there's transparency. You're not just a bridge. You're not just taking the message from diaspora to the institutions. You bring the institutions so that diaspora can ask them questions directly what they need to ask. That's incredible. I like that.
It's incredible. A lot of people have relocated back to Nigeria as a result of it. Only yesterday, somebody was sending me a message from Abuja. She's doing so well. Many people have set up their businesses. We've connected even state governments from Nigeria to meet with investors. And you know how powerful the diaspora is. Our connections with companies, our connections with other institutions, we are resources.
I don't know about Nigeria. I mean, you guys, your population in the diaspora is huge.
It's huge.
But I mean, Kenya alone, our remittance into Kenya is into millions.
It's millions of dollars.
Into over 100, 300 million a year. So I can imagine what Nigeria is remitting.
Recently, I don't have the exact figure for last year, but the last one I knew was about $21 billion. Coming from the diaspora. And guess what? We have about minimum 25 billion pounds locked up in UK banks because we did a research belonging to Africans in general, which these guys could invest back into their country. And that's what we try to do. We try to use that to help Nigeria to create job opportunities, because when you set up a business in Kenya, you're of course, I know you have entities in Kenya, so you have staff, and you pay them salary. So you're solving problems in your own country. So that's what we've done successfully for the past about 13 years now, and we're coming up with another one in a few weeks' time in March.
In March, What date in March?
21st of March. And this is specifically to mobilize the diaspora to create jobs. So
to create jobs for Africans,
for Nigerians.
Nigerians.
Yes.
Okay.
So
that's very important because, you know, as you're aware, you know, on the show as well, we've been talking about, Japa.
Yes.
Japa.
Japa.
I'm Kenyan, but I know all of these Nigerian slangs. Well, I am Nigerian somehow, yes. But yes, the Japa syndrome is getting quite high. But so it's interesting that you're sitting here to say you want to create jobs for people in Nigeria.
Yes.
Is that to cut down on the Japa syndrome?
Okay, so first of all, let me say this. We always have this sort of conversation when people say, oh, we have brain drain, we have Japa.
Yeah.
Japa is not a bad thing because for as long as we have Nigeria and we have UK, there will always be Nigerians traveling abroad.
Yes.
We will always have the diaspora.
We need that
so
because airlines need to
we always
market
have
as
that.
well.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes,
so
yeah.
We are not against Japa, but we're against those who Japa to do what they now call Japada. So Japada
that's
is
a new one. I'm learning.
So the Japada is where people who have traveled abroad are now going back again with something.
Okay. Right.
Okay, so it's just that it's running
in Nigeria. So you don't have to physically move back to Nigeria.
No, you don't have to. You don't have to.
So you're encouraging them, set up your businesses there.
And run them.
It might be easier to set up there. The taxes might be lower there because some of them would love to set up businesses here, but it's not possible. So you mean to tell me that NDDIS is making that
a reality
for them?
We've been doing that for the past I would say for the last 8 years, we've focused mainly on people who are actually setting up businesses without having to relocate. And we have partnership with a lot of organizations in Nigeria who help them to set up standards of how they can relate with Nigeria.
And these businesses run smoothly?
Yes, they're running smoothly. So I have somebody who goes to Nigeria every end of the month. He goes to Nigeria to spend the last week in Nigeria. I go to Nigeria minimum 3 times in a year also. I have businesses in Nigeria. I do 1 or 2 things there.
Yes.
And so we encourage people to set up businesses. When you do that, you're helping your country.
That's right.
I'm telling you, you're really helping your country.
That's
You're taking people off the streets. You're creating jobs.
But you know what's happening, what's been happening lately with the COS. You know, again, this is a topic we've spoken about even just from the previous guests.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of Nigerians sell their properties.
Yeah.
They sell their businesses to come and set up here. But when they get here, the story is different.
Yeah.
The terrain is different. Does NDDIS get involved with these issues?
I think it's something that we're going to be looking at. We've decided that because of the recently some students approached me about some of the issues they were having with their university because when they came, they probably sold what they had to do masters here, and they thought they would get jobs easily and be able to start paying and actually start paying for their fees. Now the university is threatening to deport them because they've not been able to. They realize that the money is not there in the UK. So the money is actually not there. So
money no there. Money no there. Anybody, if you're just about to pack your suitcase and pack.
The community, our countries need more education about how the real life situation.
But this is what I think that NDDIS. I think maybe in your next summit, you need to encourage Nigerians. It's like I know that some of them will say, but Prince Bimbo, you survived. You've lived in the UK all those years. How come, now you're telling us it's not going to work for us? But I think maybe you should introduce that. Let them know, like, look, this could happen to you coming to the UK. So maybe you should stay. We do have a caller. Hi, welcome to the show.
Hi, I've got a question for Chief Bimbo.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
When are we able to answer our questions?
Oh, you can ask the question now. He's on now. Go on. Go ahead.
Hi. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. This is a question for Chief Bimbo. My name is Justin.
Okay.
Hi, yes. Chief Bimbo, so you spoke about NDDA. Is it now?
Yep.
Yes,
I can hear you.
We can hear you.
Perfect. You can hear us? Thank you. My name is Justin. You spoke about, Chief Bimbo, you spoke about the NDDIS investment summit that you're doing in March.
Yep.
So I'm quite interested, but I just wanted to find out what sort of sectors are you expecting and what sectors are welcome?
Oh, okay. Okay, thank you very much for that question, Justin. So this is not sector specific, so which means that all sectors are welcome. So it could be in agriculture, it could be in ICT, it could be in any sector whatsoever.
Finance.
It could be in finance, it could be in
Hospitality.
hospitality, it could be nursing or medicine or whatever. The reason we're doing it is that we're focusing more on developing SMEs, helping SMEs of particularly Nigerians who live in the UK to set up their businesses in Nigeria. And we're bringing in the Bank of Industry, we're bringing in SMEDAN, that's the Small Medium Enterprise Development Agency, we're bringing the Vice President's office right now has set up its secretariat to mobilize for job creation and development of SMEs. So we want to connect UK businesses with opportunities like this so that you can meet with them, you can sit down with them, you can say to them, I want to bring my business back to Nigeria and I will create jobs. But how do you support me to come to Nigeria? So to answer your question, it's not sector specific. Whatever sector you are in, you're welcome. You are.
Justin, I hope you're happy with that.
It does seem like you're very open then to the sector, which we I don't see quite a lot, but if NDDF are doing that, that's such a great thing.
Okay.
Fantastic.
And yeah, I'm happy that you guys are doing that.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Will we see you on the 21st of March?
We will see you on the 21st of March.
I'll be there.
Please go to nddis.co.uk, nddis.co.uk, and then I'll leave my number for anybody and contact numbers if you need to reach out to us.
Thank you so much, Justin. Go on.
What day is it again?
That's 21st of March.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Spread the word. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Take care.
That was a very important question there. What sector? And so you're open to every sector.
Every sector.
Every sector.
Every
it's like
sector.
a market with everything.
Yes.
Oh, amazing. Okay, we have another caller.
Okay.
Hi, welcome to the show. Hi.
Hello?
Hi. Welcome to the show. What's your name and where are you calling from? Hello? Are you with us? Okay, we're gonna lose her for now. If you're watching, please, and you're calling us, you need to turn your volume down fast so you don't get confused, and then join us in the studio. Okay, we do have another caller. I think the NDDIS has caused a lot of interest. Let's see. Hello, hi, welcome to the show.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
I'm calling from Nigeria.
All right, calling from Nigeria. Hi. So we're talking about the support for businesses, diaspora bringing businesses into Nigeria. Do you have a question for Prince Bimbo?
I just want to be part of the program. I want to be a listener before I start asking questions.
All right. Okay. We're coming towards the end. We're talking about, diaspora. We're bringing businesses to create jobs in Nigeria. Are you a businesswoman?
Okay. Yes, I'm a businesswoman. I'm an educationist.
Okay. So as an educationist, for example, so what we try to do is to mobilize Nigerians in diaspora who are in different sectors to collaborate with people in Nigeria. Right. So if you're an educationist, for example, you could be looking for partners, partners to develop. Maybe you have schools and you're looking for diasporans who are into the educational sector who can partner with you to make your small school become bigger. and then you're creating more jobs
You're
for
creating
Nigerians.
more jobs. You can get sponsorship from this way,
you
grants
can then,
from this
exactly.
way. It's about collaboration. So what we will do, please, if you can go, if you're watching us live, if you can go on our YouTube and leave your information, you can leave your information and we can contact you there.
Okay.
Yeah?
Yep.
And we will also leave information about NDDIS. Thank you so much.
I will join you on YouTube.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. We will leave information about NDDIS on our YouTube for you, wherever, because we got a lot of Nigerian viewers.
Yeah.
You know.
Okay. Excellent.
That's the reason why you can hear them, you know, calling all the way from Nigeria. Nigerians, you love me, and I love you too. Yeah. But we need to bring jobs, and NDDIS is the right place to be, and no job opportunity is too small, and that's one thing I love about NDDIS. They go to the high end, you know, bring jobs worth billions, but also what just thousands as well. So no job is small. So we are going to put all the information on our YouTube link. So please visit the YouTube link and get the information.
Because we live outside of Nigeria,
and
many of us complain about issues. Whether in Nigeria or where we live, the only way we can solve these issues is to get our hands dirty.
Get in.
We just have to be doing something.
Just do it.
We need to walk the talk. Let's walk the talk. And let's stop sending out money, just sending money to people to feed. It's not enough.
No.
Use that money to create some businesses, that can actually feed the family and also add value to the family.
Sustainability.
Sustainability.
So on that note, I'm going to say thank you to Prince Bimbo here, and thank you to all the viewers that tuned in. Do remember, on the 21st of March, we're right here in London with NDDIS. Thank you so very much for staying with us. Go to our YouTube channel and get more information about the event. And until next time, God bless you. I love Nigeria.
Nigeria loves you too.